Okay, folks, this is a quick tutorial and demonstration of how you can set up a home photo shoot. This will be really good for some of you to try, particularly if you're doing things like advertising or even sports graphics or florals. There's loads of information on the websites for you to have a go and expand on what I'm going to show you. So, a home photo shoot. I was looking at adverts like these, where they have very close-up shots of perfume bottles with fancy backgrounds, and I found a hack on how to set this kind of thing up. So I'll show you what I did. First thing I did was went to the internet and I just typed in blue pink gradient background, and there are loads of these. So I copied this into Photoshop. You could copy this into Microsoft Word or Publisher, whatever. You could just put it as a background on your screen. Now obviously for this you will need something like a laptop or a PC, or even something like a smart TV, something like that, but you will need something where you can actually get this up on screen. So I copied that onto Photoshop. Now the next thing I did was raised the level of my bottle that I was going to photograph so it's the same height as the actual screen. So I just used 2 books on top of my laptop. Not easy, because then the weight of the pressure actually presses down on your keys, but you'll figure it out. So here I have got my books are underneath here. This is my blue pink gradient. This is just a piece of plain paper. Here's my bottle, and then I put a lamp here just to give a little bit of extra lighting. There is a window here also as well, but it was quite a dull day, so I decided to put a lamp there as well, excuse me. Now, you can experiment, but this is what I got. And you can see they've got the light. You can just see the reflection of the light there and here. But it creates a really nice background. This line here I wasn't overly happy with because it's not entirely straight, but you can play around till you get what you want, and you can see the edge of my laptop there, but you can get some really good effects. This is when I was trying out with a different piece of bottom paper. So this is actually just a piece of wallpaper, and then I was trying to get some sort of feeling of, I don't know, Garden of Eden, jungle kind of thing. So I was trying to get some of my pot plants over the top. I'll show you how that worked. I wasn't over happy with this. I changed the colour in the background, but I just wasn't over happy with it. I think it was too complicated. I think there were too many colours and too many things in this image. So you can see there I changed it for a white background. Just wasn't happy with that one. But again, you can play around with these. So this is what I got, and I put this into Photoshop. Remember, if you don't have Photoshop for this, there are loads of things out there. One particularly good photo manipulation tool is PicMonkey, and it's free, and there are so many things on there. So if you don't have Photoshop, you could still do this. Have a go, have a look at it. So I just put in some type there. Noticing I'm using the rule of thirds, so that's on the rule of thirds line here, and I was just playing around with this typeface. I didn't try and intentionally match up this typeface. I just wanted to see what the different typefaces would look like. So I've tried this one. I then tried to space it out using the kerning tool here, and I think that looks a bit better. I liked this typeface. I thought the other one was a bit too heavy. So I was just trying different typefaces. And what I suggest you do is, when you're doing these, print these out and put these in your sketchbook, or make a digital page out of it so you can print it out in September. I thought as well about moving the word guilty around so that this way it's on the line with the bottle there. I also did some work with the dodge and burn tool because I wanted this to be a lot lighter. So I used the dodge tool on here to lighten this bit, which worked a little bit better. So you can see, sorry if you can't see the entire image there. My recording software is not brilliant. But there you can see, and what I've done here is I've picked, used the colour dropper to pick a little of the blue here, and I've added a drop shadow to it. I felt the black was just a bit too harsh. So I'm quite pleased with that. Again, this is just slightly annoying me that that line of the horizon is not straight. But this is just a tryout. This is just an experiment. This would be really good for you to try if you are doing, like I said, the advertising theme or even the sports theme. If you've got a computer monitor that's big enough that you could put a training shoe or something like that, or a sneaker or something. Try it with anything. If you're doing florals, try it with a picture of a flower from the garden. Try it with any sorts of objects and see what happens. See how you can get photo shoots going. Once I'd done my final image here, I then put it onto a billboard. And I'm quite happy with it. It's not bad. I'm quite happy. Just for an experiment, I thought it wasn't too bad. But this is something I would like you to try in the summer holidays as an extra. This is Photo Hack as well. This is essentially where I got the idea from. This is quite good. This is called Bokeh, Bokeh, and this is where you get that sort of fairy lights out of focus. There are loads of hacks. All you need to do is Google photography studio hacks at home and you'll get loads of them. Again, this is another one. That's a great light box just with a window and some kitchen foil. And this is really good. This is what we use at college. This is they call it a poster board sweep. We call it an infinity background. So it makes it look really, really smooth and you haven't got that join here. Again, this is another one. Some students have already in the first year have already used this to really good effect, and this works beautifully. There's plenty of rain at the moment, so you can use this to really good effect. Okay, and this is the link that I got, which I have put on the checklist for you. Have a go, and let me see your results. Bye.